Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time tuning in, welcome to All Things Delicious. Today on Brave Belly, we're going to compare individual combat rations, one from the United States and one from Russia. Without further ado, let's get the show on the road. Okay, guys, so we have menu 6. It's beef taco filling. This is the Department of Defense, United States MRE. And this one is made in Russia, also an individual ration, and I chose menu 6 as well. Okay, so we're comparing the 6s. This one I have zero clue what's in here because it's written in Cyrillic. So if any of you viewers understand any of this, maybe you could write it in the comments down below. So I'm gonna lay everything out. And we're gonna go back to back. We're gonna see which one looks like it tastes better. We're gonna eat them both, okay? So I'm gonna open them back to back. That way we see how they look. So we're gonna start with the American first, okay? Never have I ever tried this one or I opened it. So I'm definitely gonna be surprised as well. All right, so didn't eat all day, so my appetite is up. Like I said, I'm gonna eat both. I'm gonna keep the bags on the sides for the garbage. That's what it's actually intended for. You don't wanna leave evidence in the field. So that's how it looks. Well, first off, let me just start off by saying they weigh relatively the same. If I'm just checking like this, very, very similar, okay? So there's not much difference on the outside. One is green and one is like tan. All right, so we have, I guess this is the main beef taco filling. That's how it looks. It's just printed on it. And I will heat it up in its little heating packet. That way we get the full sense of the flavor. Let me get everything out. So we have a nut and raisin mix. I'm gonna pour everything out. That way we see how everything looks. Nut and raisin mix, 360 calories. So let's open this one and pour it out. It comes with a little packet, all right, to keep the moisture out. That's how it looks. All right, so it does have little baby M&Ms, all right, or I guess candied chocolates, candy covered chocolates. That's what they call bootleg M&Ms. So pour that out. Okay, so not only does it have peanuts, but also has baby almonds and what is that? It looks like little baby hazelnuts. All right, I'm pouring everything out first. Let's get that going first. Okay, so we have our spoon. We're gonna compare spoons even, okay? We're gonna see how they stack up against each other. Garbage goes in the bag. Do not eat. That was the moisture packet. Okay, so here we have the heater. So we're gonna put our main. This is the condiment one, okay? So the condiments, we have chiclets, okay? So I could tell, see the red packaging, that identifies this as cinnamon flavor, okay? We'll put that on the side. Throw this out. And what do we have here? We have their coffee. Oh yes, we're comparing the coffees. Bill's Brew. Then we have toilet paper. We're gonna compare the toilet paper. That's right. We have the creamer, sugar. We have salt, iodized salt, a moist towelette, and matches. And even if the Russians have matches, we're gonna compare those as well. Okay. Then we have that, what goes along with that main is the rice and beans, okay? And then we have plain tortillas. So let's start heating this food up. That way we could start opening the Russian food. So the way to heat this food up is you just place it in this bag. I guess first I have to rip it open. And I'm gonna heat up the rice and beans and then the taco filling together. Two birds with one stone. Okay, let's hope this heating pack works. Sometimes I've had MREs where the heater doesn't work at all. So that's definitely a bummer, but at the same time, if you're a soldier in the field, you just deal with it. You're gonna eat it regardless, so no big deal. We're just gonna have to make do. It's definitely hard to get both in just because they seem relatively thick, the packets of food. So to squeeze them in here is not that easy, but look, I made it happen. Okay, so that's good. All right, it's relatively in there, I could say. Now let me fill this with water. I got my US canteen. Check out the cover. I love it. Okay, and the US canteen. It's plastic, which I think is awesome because it's definitely lighter. Okay, now we're gonna pour it in. You don't want to over pour. It's very easy to overfill. Look how little those lines are, so short, like from the bottom. So it's super quick to overfill it. So you just wanna, and when you overfill, it changes the way the heater works. Okay, slightly more. Just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. And look, I'm above, but I'm above because it's double full. Now this might have cost me, you know, how hot it gets, because it's definitely over full. Maybe I should pour some out. What do you guys think? I have a glass. I'm gonna pour just a little bit out, okay? Okay, now we're up to the line. I don't know if you guys could see, but that should be good. All right, I'm gonna fold it up. Make sure it's dispersed. And I'll be honest with you guys, okay, just slightly a little bit warm. Okay, sometimes you hear the sizzling right away, not this time. So I'm gonna put it into its pocket, okay? So it gets nice and warm. And on this cardboard, we just have some just nutritional content information. 300 calories for the beef taco and 220 calories for the Santa Fe style brown rice and beans. Okay, so I guess they do expect you to do it together, which makes sense. Oh yeah, it's getting hot. Oh, listen to that sizzle, guys. I don't know if you hear it. Hopefully you can. So we will prop this upright because it tells you to prop it up on like a rock or something. So we will just use this canteen. Okay. Now this little baggie is for mixing. Okay, let's prop that up right there. This little baggie is for mixing the drink. Okay, I didn't notice any drink other than the coffee. Okay, so yes, we do have drinks. So we have a cheese spread as well. Let me put that there for now. And we have their beverage, orange beverage, okay? This is made for hot beverages, okay? We're not gonna use this just to make things faster. I already have hot water made here. Okay, so we're just gonna do the beverages now. So first, let's start off with the orange type 3, whatever that means. Beverage base orange type 3. So let me pour some of the water from the canteen in there. Not too much. I don't like my drinks watered down. I want to get the full flavor. Okay, and here we go. It's that orange. All right, gonna consolidate that garbage. Let's mix it up. Oh yeah, nice and dark. I'm gonna lay everything out first, okay? The American and the Russian. That way we see how it looks. We'll get the entire visual, Okay, and so real quick now, we're gonna do the coffee. So let me move that over a little bit. Okay, here comes the coffee. So let me pour the hot water first so it dissolves it slightly better. And also not that much. I don't want my coffee watered down. I don't like it that way. So usually I don't take my coffee with sugar, but since they give us a sugar packet, I'm gonna use it. Okay, this is the freeze-dried Bill's Brew out of Flower Mound, Texas. All right, Bill's Brew going in. Let me just show you guys. The granules just look like the instant coffee. Okay, I like my instant coffee. I actually enjoy instant coffee a lot. To me, I like the smooth flavor. And we're also gonna throw in that creamer. It's a non-dairy creamer for coffee or tea, 4 grams in net weight. Okay, out of Giannis Brothers Packaging, Kansas City. All right, so here comes the creamer. It just looks like white powdered creamer. Nothing to explain about. And we're gonna throw in that sugar packet that they gave us. Okay, like I said, usually I don't take my coffee with sugar, but we're getting the full effect. And this sugar, what do we have here? Distributed by Diamond Crystal Brands out of Savannah, Georgia. Oh, so we're going all over the country for this meal. All right, let's mix it up. Okay, so here's our coffee. Now, these are the tortillas, okay? So we're gonna open these up when the food's nice and hot. Now, let's move on to the Russian meal. Ooh, I'm super excited, guys, because this is exotic, okay? For me, this is exotic. I never had this. This is hard to get nowadays because definitely the Department of Agriculture goes through these packages, okay? They try to rummage through them, take all the meats out, which is illegal because any citizen is allowed upwards of 50 pounds of individually packaged meat, okay, from other countries. So this is definitely not 50 pounds, and they do go through these things and snatch them. You know, usually like JFK or something like that, which has happened to me. Luckily, this one is unmolested. All right, guys. So let's open it up. Okay, first things first. You can't just peel this one open. You need a knife. So definitely, that's a big contrast. So you're gonna need a knife if you're a Russian. Check out my knife. If you guys have been watching the channel, you've seen it before. I love this knife. It's super sharp. Okay, look, it's got the little basher, the little skull basher. Okay, look at this, huh? It was a present from my brother, so thanks, Adam. Ooh, like butter. Okay, so I opened up 2 things. Oh no, I opened up a heating pack, I think. That's terrible. But it is what it is. We're gonna just... Okay, so we got some kind of pate. This one looks like pork. If you could see, it just looks like, you know, pork with the layer of fat on the bottom, and it's in a little canteen. And this, I mean, it's in a can. This can is like hard, okay? It's not one of them soft ones. Then we have some kind of gum or candy. So I'm gonna lay this out as well. That way we get the full visual, all right? So let's see this candy. Check out the packaging, it's super awesome. I like that it has camo. And so the American one gave us 2 chiclets. This one has 1, 2, 10 pieces, okay? 10 pieces like that. So you do get more from the Russian for starters. Okay, wow, I really destroyed this bag that I'm supposed to pour water in. Look at that from opening it with a knife. But what I'll do is I'll just pour it. I'll make it work. I'll do a MacGyver. What I'm gonna do is just pour it in this way, not open this side and fold it over. Okay, so we have one napkin. Well, that was definitely clumsy, but now I know for next time. It is what it is. The show goes on, guys. So this, I have no idea what this is. We're gonna find out when we open it. Well, I guess I'll open it right now. It feels like it's tea bags, okay? So one maybe is caffeinated, one is maybe decaffeinated, I'm not certain. One maybe green tea, one is like, you know, whatever, Earl Grey or something like that. So that already shows you such a huge contrast, okay? The Europeans, oh no, look at that, guys. What towelettes? They're towelettes. Surprise, surprise, okay? So we're gonna keep these on the side, okay? So right away, look at the difference. You get one moist towelette for the American meal and you get 2 towelettes from the Russian. Let me compare them. Yep, 2 towelettes. So one is for before you start eating and one is for after, okay? So one up on the Russian meal, okay? Because 2 is better than 1. I definitely like to clean before and after. Okay, and now we have one of the meals. This looks like buckwheat, and it looks like a picture of like a beef burger, like a beef patty and buckwheat. So it's probably beef and buckwheat. Guys, if you could read Cyrillic, let me know in the comments what this says. What's the name of this menu? Okay, so we're about to heat this one up. We're gonna MacGyver it. Let me just pull everything out first. We have the crackers. So we do have a lot of crackers. Some of them are broken, but that's fine. It's not many that are broken. And it's also packaged relatively nice. It doesn't look generic. It has a nice logo of a chicken or not even a chicken, but a rooster. Okay. And there goes the crackers. There's many here. Okay, so we have a lot of crackers. So we'll leave that there. Then we have sugar, big old packet of sugar, like 3 times the size of the American one. It is definitely like 3 times the size. Okay, now we have tea, original Ceylon tea, black tea. We're gonna make ourselves a tea, guys. So, yeah, then we have apple spread, okay, or apple sauce, guys. Or it's a jam, I think, because it's very thick feeling, okay? So it's like an apple jelly, perhaps. That's how it looks. And once again, this doesn't look cheap. It doesn't look generic. It looks like an actual brand, okay, guys? So, pleasant surprise, guys. Okay, so look at their spoon. This is the Russian spoon. And let me show you the American spoon. If I could get it, okay? And that's the American spoon, Russian American. The American is longer, but the Russian one has more surface area, okay? That's a difference. One is black, one is brown. How does this plastic feel? This one is more, you know, like bouncy, and this one feels stiffer. I don't know which one would be better. I guess we could always crack it in the end to see which plastic is stronger. We might just do that if I remember. So you guys hold on. All right, then we have, wow, what is this? This is like some kind of powder. I feel granules in here, guys. I wish I could read that, but I can't. It might be some kind of beverage, but that's a lot for a beverage. So I will see. Let me open it right now, okay? I'll tell you exactly what it is. Let's see about it. Okay, so this is like, it's sugar and crystals. So I believe this is meant to be drunk hot. Okay, it's like one of them, it's called compote, I think, which is basically like a juice, okay? But it has like a preserved kind of flavor to it. So we're gonna open the rest to see if there's actual cold, oh, look at that. And I finish it off with a candy. All right, so that's nice. That's a little treat we got. So we have gum, we have candy. So far visually, I don't know. I definitely can't say the Russian is worse. That's for sure. If I'm gonna keep it 100. What do you guys think so far? Okay, I'm gonna lay everything out now. Now I'm gonna heat up this Russian meal. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is put this in right by the packet, and there's really nothing else to heat up. I mean, this I guess maybe put this can in there, but the can has to be open so it doesn't pop. So I think I'm gonna just have the can cold. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And let me pour some water in now. This water's already hot. I don't think that makes a difference. All right, poured it. Real hot. And now I'm gonna try to close this as best as I can. So I do apologize, guys, for that blunder that I cut it open. I got, I guess, too happy about that knife. And I gotta say, guys, this is crazy hot already. Literally, look at that. You see that steam and I hear it. Oh, this packet is super intense. That is too awesome. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna pop this open just so there's like, you know, the pressure doesn't build up, I guess. And I'm gonna stick this in, or maybe put it on top. That way it heats up from the bottom as well. Look at that, huh? A little improv. So now I'm gonna pour some water in here. This perhaps is meant to be drunk hot because of the big granules. So I'm just gonna put a little hot water to help it dissolve, but the rest I'll fill with cold water because I hate hot drinks. I mean, if it's tea, I get it, otherwise. Oh yeah, this is definitely meant to drink hot because it's barely dissolving, guys. So imagine how bad it would be to try dissolving it in cold water. Okay, this is it. This is like a fruit beverage. This reminds me of what my grandpa used to make by boiling down fruits and adding sugar, basically making his own homemade drinks. So there's the Russian one. Look at the comparison, and there's the American one. Now, to be fair, this one isn't any healthier, okay? It's filled with nothing but sugar as well. So far I noticed I haven't seen any coffee from the Russian one, but we have a black tea. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna open everything just to make sure I don't find tea when I'm done with the video. I mean coffee when I'm done with the video. So apparently this is a tea bag. Yes, this is the black tea bag. That's how it looks, guys. We're gonna brew the tea. We're gonna try their tea. Okay, Americans aren't big on tea in general, okay? But tea is very important, I guess, in Europe. Plus, the fact that it's a hot beverage, it's good to have in your belly, you know, especially in a country that's cold. Okay, so there goes the tea. Right here. We're gonna let it steep. Now, what else do we have here? What's this? I already got this wet. Oh, we got a pepper. All right. We got a little pepper packet, which is cute. We'll put that with the meat. What is this? I shouldn't have gotten that wet. Salt. So we got a big old salt and we got a little baby pepper. Of course, you never need as much pepper, so that makes sense. What is this? Sugar. I think the sugar is gonna go with the tea. And we have the jam, which we'll eat with the crackers. Guys, we're gonna start eating now, all right? So while that's still heating up, I'm gonna start unwrapping all the American meals. I'm gonna put them in bowls, okay? So we could actually get a visual of how it looks nice and warm. All right, so coffee, the drink, this should be ready. Okay, this is definitely hot, but it's not steaming. Okay, well that's fine. Let me make some room for everything. Kind of clean up around here. Okay, so ooh, that's hot. Okay, this one is really hot. This one, it's mild. Okay, so now we're gonna get to constructing the food and putting it together, because obviously the American food, it's like tacos, you know, tortillas, beef tortillas. So we gotta form it. So let me move the drinks out of the way. And okay, opening up the tortilla. So it's nothing but plain tortillas. That's what it says. 2 tortillas, 220 calories. Okay, let me open it properly. So we got nice 2 beautiful tortillas. They're plain, they're intact. Okay, and we're gonna start putting this together. So this is the famous cheese spread. I prefer the jalapeno cheese spread. This just says cheese spread, so it's plain old cheese. I don't know if we should save the cheese for the topping. Yeah, let's save the cheese for last. So right now we will start with the beef taco filling. We're gonna pour it in a bowl first, so you guys get a full visual of how it looks. Okay, so here we go. This is the beef. Grab the spoon. That's how it looks when you open it. Some people would eat this directly out of a bag. I spoke to a lot of guys from our military, and sometimes there's no time to heat up food, okay? This is how, the way I'm gonna eat it is, I believe, how it's intended to be in. However, that's not the case. A lot of times our guys just pull this out of their pocket and eat it. They don't play around with heating it up, which is hardcore. Okay, definitely good. Okay, definitely good. Very flavorful. Check that out. Okay, the beef taco filling. It's saucy. It has a little bit of spice. Very little spice, you know, but more flavor than spice. Very delicious. Rich. It doesn't even taste like military food. Very good. Okay, and so now we will pull out another bowl, and the other bowl is to showcase this. Okay, the Santa Fe rice. So let me press it all down to the bottom and start opening it up. So yeah, that's definitely a cool thing about the American foods. No knives needed. And that's how it looks. It's compressed, so it's not the most appealing. Okay, see, it's all flat, but I'm gonna fluff it up. Now, to keep it real, it'd be impossible to fluff it up in the field because you won't have these bowls. But visually, you know, it's not as important as how it tastes, you know? Well, specifically for military food, you want to feel full and satisfied. That's of utmost importance. Okay? So now I will mash it up. And I'll be honest with you guys, this doesn't even resemble any type of rice at all, just like beans. And it's like, I'm almost surprised. Santa Fe rice and beans. I mean, you barely see any rice, if any, guys. You guys see rice in there? But I know it's there, but it's so mashed, it's mishmashed. You see that? With the beans. But now we will make these what they're supposed to be. Okay, so what goes first? I guess the rice and beans go first, guys, if I was gonna guess. So we're gonna make them nice and fat. Okay. There you go, that should suffice. Let's try it. Not bad at all. But does it taste like a rice made in your house? Absolutely not. The rice actually does taste like it came out of a bag, okay, like a plastic bag. Okay, now we're gonna top it off, excuse me, with the taco meat, the beef taco meat. Okay, that's how it looks. And last but not least, we're gonna knead it up a little bit, and let's get this cheese spread going, guys. Now, I am starving, salivating. I'm ready to eat. Now, if anybody has tried these cheeses are legit, okay? They taste like real cheese, not something that came out of a can, okay, or a packet now. But it tastes very, very cheddary, okay? Almost like a sharp cheddar. They're very good. So this is how the American entree would look, okay? So this is American meal number 6. Okay, this is the full effect. So we're gonna eat this now, and then we're gonna try the Russian. I can't wait, guys. So I have to eat this now. Look how nice it looks. All right. So United States MRE menu 6 going down. Let me wet my whistle. Oh, so rich and very strong in orange flavor, like an orange high C, like a Gatorade and a high C together, but very rich in flavor, strong flavor. Good stuff. Now the flavor of this definitely tastes salty, and it just feels very mushy. It's literally eaten like mush. It's not bad at all for military food, but you don't taste the difference of the rice. You don't taste like the little pieces of beans and the meat. You just taste like one pot of mishmash. That's all it is. Especially that cheese, it's very strong. Like I said, it's like a cheddar cheese, so it's intense. So you get that saltiness from everything, and just a, kind of just a mushiness. The only contrast is the actual tortilla, So yeah, is this great food? No, not at all. It's not bad though. It's doable. And I must say, the cool thing about the American food, see how this is very heavily influenced by Mexican food. Obviously, it's not Mexican food. It's like Tex-Mex, like Taco Bell. But that just goes to show you like how diverse of a country America is. That we have Mexican style food, Whereas the Russian, we have basically pork, beef, and buckwheat. That's as Russian as it gets, So that just goes to show you the difference. The American is like diverse. At least menu 6 is. Okay, so now that we had a taste, because I'm eating everything, guys, okay, of the American, now we're gonna taste some of this Russian food. All right, first, I'm gonna wet my whistle with this warm beverage, okay? It's like their warm fruit beverage that's super sweet too. So let's see how it stacks up against that orange. Oh, wow, super delicious, very sweet also. This tastes like you boiled strawberries and blueberries for 2 hours, okay? And then added a lot of sugar, okay? And made a beverage out of it. It's very rich and delicious. I think it tastes better than this because this tastes like synthetic orange. You know, like when you get those little, back in the days, those 25-cent barrels, you know, of like the juice. It was just literally juice, but it just tastes like a vat of powder mixed together. This tastes like like real fruit. Even though it probably isn't, you know, it's probably the same deal, but it has more of like a home taste. Like your grandpa did this, you know, on the stovetop. I mean, it is what it is, guys. Okay, so now we're gonna open up the foods. Ooh, and this is super hot. Okay. Steam still coming out of it. Oh, we got some kind of powder. We don't want to get it in the food. That's for sure. What is this powder? That's weird. It came out of the heater. Okay, so that's definitely a hot mess. So definitely a minus for that, guys. Look what happened. I guess perhaps I cut it up as well. Look at that, guys. See, there's a powder. Luckily, all the food is, you know, still sealed, so it's fine. Look how hot that is. Wow, guys. So I'm gonna wipe everything down real quick. Okay, just not to get in my food. Definitely don't want that in my food for sure. But being that in a package, everything should be fine, okay? Yeah, it'll be a little messy, but we'll make it work, guys. So I'm gonna put it all in here now. That way we get a full visual, okay? One more time, check it out. It looks like just buckwheat. Wow, what a mess I made. All because I got overzealous with that knife. You see, but you live and you learn. Now I'll know to be extra careful just to cut the top, which I give you know, props for the American meal that you don't have to use a knife. Okay. Smells like buckwheat, very strong in smell. That's how it looks. Okay, we will empty it out now. Okay, so it's mainly buckwheat, okay? But it's buckwheat. Oh, and there goes the ball of beef, guys. It's just a big old ball of beef, just like the photo. So it's supposedly it's like a beef patty. Okay, a cutlet. It's a beef cutlet. That's what it is, just like the photo. See, there's a beef cutlet, and then you have your buckwheat. Well, that's what this is. Okay, so check it out, guys. Up close, that's their beef cutlet. Okay, we're gonna cut that bad boy in half just to get a complete visual, but here it goes. Okay, and then we have the pate. We are opening the pate. Oh yeah, pork pate. So this is gonna be eaten with the crackers. So here's the pork pate. So basically, in a nutshell, this is really it. So you eat this with the crackers. So what do you guys think? What looks better? Definitely the American food looks more American, that's for sure. Like just by visually looking at it, so American, you know, almost like we're eating Taco Bell. And the Russian food just looks like food that you would eat in a Russian home almost. Definitely not the same, but a big version of that, okay? So we're gonna pull some crackers out. And we also have jam, so we're gonna have the crackers with the jam as well. Now, I have a packet of sugar. I'm gonna have some tea as well. We're gonna compare the tea to the coffee. Okay, we have some salt and pepper, so we're gonna put the pepper into the food over here. We're gonna mix that up. I'm gonna put a little salt in there, just a tad, because I haven't even tried it, but that's all right. I'll put it on the meat, just a little tad. That is salt, isn't it? Let me double check. Whew. Thank God, it is salt. That would have been funny. All right, guys, so Let's try this tea. I'm gonna mix that sugar up. Like I said, I'm not a tea drinker, but I'm trying everything. Okay, this is the black tea with the sugar. It's good, goes down well. It's not overwhelming, but it tastes like tea and sugar. Now let's compare to the coffee and cream with sugar. They're both okay. I'm a coffee drinker, but honestly, this is not like the most amazing coffee. I do prefer having coffee over tea, so I definitely am biased. Very American. Us Americans love coffee. Europeans love their tea. They're both, I think this is actually more delicious because the packet of sugar, there's so much sugar that this is like pure sweetness. It's almost like drinking an iced tea, but it's warm. That's what this is. This is like an iced tea. That's why it actually tastes good. It's that sweet, all that sugar, which makes sense. Sugar is quick energy. You see, that's why I drank it all, and I don't like tea. That tea was definitely a good touch. All right, guys, now we're gonna cut into this little meatball, if you will, all right? We're gonna see, guys, check this out. I got a United States cutlery, okay? This is like military cutlery. So let's see what it's about, how it looks, is it overdone, etc., etc. There goes that. That's the salt that made me cough, and there goes that flavor of the buckwheat, which I actually like. Guys, look at this. Okay, meatball. There it goes. Luckily for me, there's a lot more. Splat right on the floor. I knew that's gonna happen. Guys, 10-second rule. It hasn't been 10 seconds and I got it. I'm totally eating this. And it tastes like beef that you would have at home, okay? No frills, very delicious, okay? The cool thing is I'm already noticing the biggest difference is that's a bunch of mush, the American food, where this is like closer to something you would have at home. Okay, don't mind the crackers. I just put in them for ease, for, you know, making it easy to eat. But the actual meatball is like a, you know, ball of beef. Whereas that, it's just like, you could squeeze it out of a toothpaste, basically, you know? And this is the buckwheat. All right, let's get it on. Now the buckwheat is not plain. Okay, it's like made on a frying pan with like fat, so it's like rich and flavorful. Absolutely delicious, guys. Guys, let me know in the comments down below which one you think looks more appealing. Which, if you were in a trench, which one of these meals would you prefer to have? Guys, I will let you know as soon as I finish everything. Wow. Really good though. Let's try it with a cracker. It's okay, it just gives it more crunch, but it's not necessary. I probably wouldn't eat it with the crackers. So let me get some of these out, and I'm gonna eat this pate with the crackers. Oh, it's so soft. You don't have to like, you know, you're not breaking your crackers or anything. Look at that. Wow, okay. So, this tastes like liver pate. This is not bacon. It has like that sharp, livery, gamey taste, which honestly, I'm used to. If you guys have been watching me, you saw that I actually eat liver. Wow. This is rich food. Delicious. And now we're gonna have some of this apple jam with the crackers. Guys, Wow, that's delicious. Like I said, I'm gonna eat everything. Okay, so check it out. See, that's why at first I thought it's apple, like just apple. This is like a jelly, apple jelly. Okay. So I guess this is like the sweet aspect of their food. Wow. Yeah, this is apple jam. Very good. I'm gonna eat all of it. So basically, if you look at these as like the dessert, because it's the sweet jam, compared to the American, it's basically, what would you prefer to have? This or this? Wash that down. Trail mix. Me personally, guys, this is more enjoyable. And the reason why is maybe only because I know trail mix so well. I eat it so often. So it's just like, it tastes a little on the dusty side, you know, like just look at it. You know, it just looks like it's from the dollar store. Like, I don't know. Whereas this, yeah, this doesn't look a lot better maybe. But it's like more richer in flavor. It's super sweet, you know, in the contrast with the cracker. That's not to say that I think this is a lot better, but right now I'm definitely enjoying it more. I feel like this is more filling of a snack, okay? So if you had two snacks, this quenches a craving, or like maybe gives you more satiety compared to that, in my opinion. Now, with that being said, the American one might be healthier because it has the fats in there from the nuts. So don't forget that. And this is like basically pure sugar and bread. So is that the healthier one? That could be the case, but this is definitely pleasant. I must say I like the Russian beverages better too, because this tastes like literally like, I guess, high C basically. Guys, I'm gonna do the American tortilla again. Okay, so first let's load it up with this rice and beans. Like you guys seen before, doesn't look like rice at all, like whatsoever. To be frank, doesn't look like rice at all. Like, it's actually surprising to me that this is a rice. Ain't that something? Okay, and now the actual beef. Ooh, we're gonna load it up extra. Like I said, guys, I'm eating absolutely everything. I'm hungry. Okay, and this is the cheese spread. So again, we're gonna do a comparison. We're gonna talk about it more and see, you know, maybe I feel different. Okay, on the second go around. All right, guys. This is the American one. I gotta say, there's a lot of food too for an American one. I feel like the American ones usually have less food, but this is a good portion. Definitely mush. Okay. Right away, the vibe I get, like this all could have came out one toothpaste tube, like some astronaut food, you know? you don't get the contrast. You know, there's more contrast in this. It's an actual big old chunk of meat, okay? And then the buckwheat, you know, it has its own distinct separate. You see how it's loose? You got loose granules, whereas the rice should have been loose, like real rice, whereas this is mush. You know, it's almost like the rice came out of here. It tastes very salty. It tastes like beans from a can. This is the super sweet high C. It could be like a Gatorade, you know, but being that I didn't fill it with water, it's more flavor, which is good. I hate like a watered down one, so I can't complain. But yeah, like I said, this is just mush. All right, guys. There goes the American one. The only thing that's left is, I guess you could call this the dessert, the trail mix. Very dry. Now they have to keep it dry so it doesn't go bad. But look at these raisins, they're all shriveled. No moisture. And this coffee, surprising, this batch of coffee is not that smooth. It's a little, it tastes dark. That's weird. Okay guys, back to the Russian. All right, so huge contrast with this. This is liver pate. I'm pretty sure that's liver, guys. If you guys could read Cyrillic, tell me what this is, which pate this is. Sorry about the glare. But this tastes like if you bought it from a butcher. It doesn't taste like something squeezed out of a tube, honestly. Obviously it's in a can, but if you close your eyes and somebody gave this to you on a cracker, and they told you, yeah, that's from the butcher, like it's a pate sausage that we cut and put it on a cracker, there's no reason why you would think otherwise. Very good. I like it a lot. And now the main. Here's some of this buckwheat with the beef. Guys, very good. I'm gonna put a little more salt. The salt brings out more of that flavor because it's not overly salty at all. So that's perfect. You mix it up how you want it. It came with that pepper too, real pepper. Okay, look at this. See how it's fluffed up? Like it came out of a pot from the kitchen. That's what the difference is. I think we could both agree on that. Looks like it was fluffed up, you know, came out of a pot in the kitchen. Oh yeah, so the crackers, they're super dense and crunchy. They switch this up, they take away from it because they don't go with this kind of food. They're probably just intended for the pate and that apple jam, or the apple preserve, if you will. So good. So yeah, guys, so far, I still have to compare the candies. We have one of these. We don't have any candy for the American one. And then we have the gums. I'm gonna see what the gums are about. And then I'm gonna compare the towelettes. Okay, so the Americans give you a little stack of paper towels, which are toilet paper. just says toilet paper. It actually doesn't say any of that, but it could be used for both when nature calls, I guess. Now there's there's 4 of these. 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess there's more. 4, 5, okay? And there's only 1 in the Russian, okay? I used it already, but definitely it's better to be an American if you need toilet paper, that's for sure. And that's important. So, can't deny it, you can't lie. This is definitely way better. Also, the Americans, they have matches, which the Russians didn't have matches. I don't know why the Americans get matches. Maybe they're assuming people are smoking cigarettes, but there's obviously nothing to heat up in there. You do get regular book of matches, okay? No frills. These matches are designed especially for damp climates, but they do not light when wet or after long exposure, several weeks to very damp air. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish this Russian food. There goes that beef. So guys, let me know in the comments which one looks better to you. Which one would you prefer to eat if you were like in a trench or in a tank, okay? Me personally, to keep it 100 honest with you, the Russian food to me, I would prefer it because it's more like real food, okay? I don't like that. I don't consider squeezing paste out of a tube into a piece of tortilla, calling that a lunch. To me, that's like almost like little kid food. Like I've said before, some of the American foods I feel like is like children's food, stuff that they play with. Like they'll buy it in a kit. Like, here, daddy, try, I made you a hamburger. And it's like little Lunchables. That's what the American food reminds me. This is very fluffy and soft. Now, people don't love liver in America. This is not popular. But I grew up eating this. Not regularly. I wouldn't be excited to eat this every day. But once in a while, it's good. And it tastes very rich and flavorful. And liver, pate has a lot of minerals, So you're getting also fat. It is very creamy. So you do have a contrast of creamy and then like the fluffed up buckwheat. It looked like if it came out of a pot and then perhaps was put on a frying pan and kind of like mixed up with some pork fat so that it was like oily, had flavor, wasn't dry. And of course, that beef patty was almost like a meatball. You saw when I cut it, it was still pink inside, just like a medium, done medium. So it was perfect. It wasn't like a dry ball. So I'm definitely more a fan of this Russian meal. However, there's definitely some pluses to the American one. If we're keeping it 100% real, more paper, more toilet paper, that's good. We have matches, they don't, that's good. Oh, we Americans only have one of these. Okay, one moist towelette. Where the Russians, they get 2, one before and one after. That makes more sense. America, you need to copy that, okay? You need to include 2 of these. One for before and one for after, okay? Now let's compare the gums, okay? The Russians, you get more gums. You get 10 pieces like this, whereas the Americans get 2 little pieces like that. Tastes like peppermint, okay? Peppermint gum. No frills, Pretty good. Kind of thick. It's got a thick outer shell, like it doesn't just crack if you squeeze it. Whereas chiclets, oh yeah, they burst as soon as you squeeze it. So these are more delicate. So this is like, you have more to chew, I feel like. Now let's compare it to the cinnamon ones. Open it up. These taste more pleasant. It tastes like they cost more. When you bite into them, that candy coated shell cracks and then you get the juice out of the cinnamon gum. These are more pleasant, however, there's less. So give it to the American chiclets taste better, more flavor. Okay, that cinnamon is sweet. Okay, very, very good. Okay, guys, now I have to, this is just salt. And yeah, I just have to finish the trail mix. Okay, like I said, the trail mix, it's probably has a lot of fats in there, which is why they incorporate it. It's food us Americans know. Trail mix is very popular, but it's like cheap trail mix. It's like dusty looking, you know what I mean? Like those dollar store trail mixes. The raisins are super dried out. They're not bad. I would say it's a tie with the little desserts, if you will, because the jam was good. You know, the apple jam on the crackers, bomb. Last, now you get a little candy from the Russians. Let me wash this down with coffee. So, I'm pleasantly surprised with the Russian food. Does it look poorer, cheaper than the American? Definitely not, okay? I was surprised, okay? It's very good. It's not bad at all, okay? So check out their candy. It looks like it's a raspberry candy. You know, those old school cheap candies. But it's a nice, see that's very European. They always, all their candy, always, the paper always sticks to it. Every time I eat candy from Europe, it's like, they don't understand the formula to like have the paper not stick. Either they're doing something wrong with the paper or they're doing something wrong with the candy, but it gets sticky. In America, any candy that you open up, there'll be no paper on it, which is awesome. This, in Europe, they're like, oh, it's just paper, who cares? In America, it's like, ew, paper, why would I want to eat that? So different mindsets, okay? And I definitely like the fact that American candy has no paper. Guys, thank you so much for hanging around and watching me all the way to the end, watching me compare these, you know, meal 6 and menu 6 from the Russian army, from the American military guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, which one you guys think is better, which one looks more appealing, which one you think tastes better, which one you prefer. Guys, if you have any suggestions on military type of foods I should try, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, signing off.